Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Attorney Danyl Patterson, candidate for the 190th state representative seat right here in Pennsylvania. For those who don't know, it's West Philly, baby. And if you have any questions, you can know that if you are in Cedar Park, Haddington, Dunlap, Cathedral Park, Carroll Park, East Belmont, West Powelton, Mill Creek, and Winfield Heights, and don't forget about West Allegheny, then you are a part of the 190th. You are welcome here, and I am vying to become your state representative. Today, we have a special guest with us. You've seen her before, but she wants to come and spread the word about her summit, the state of emergency that's going to start tomorrow. So we're going to try and get some of you registered and involved right here because it's about the community. So welcome, Charlotte Greer-Brown.
Hi, I'm glad to be back. Hey everyone, how y'all doing? How we getting
So
through?
it's so much fun. Tell us about Elite 30 because there are some folks who don't know.
Again, thank you for bringing me back again. For those who do not know, the Elite 30 Association is a makeup of a community from all parts of Philadelphia who comes together to help push the initiatives that will help support our communities. That's as much as I can sum it up. It's too long, but I can sum it up that way.
Well, it's very long because there's a lot going to be covered. I mean, we're doing a 3-day conference. Okay. So it's all the way conference style that Todd had sent me an agenda, and there's the moderator, and I got to be on point with my questions. I can't just be all over the place and talk about what I want. Now, what kind of stuff is that? How you going to try and keep us on point?
Yes. So, I told you how I am. And it's not just for you, it's for those other ones who like to do that. But we'll understand more. People understand once they get registered, they'll understand why it's like that.
Well, I'm going to do things a little bit differently today. So we're going to sandwich you in the middle. I'm going to give y'all some information on the front, some information on the back, and in the middle, we're going to really talk about what's going on. So first, I want y'all to check out my lighting and my glow. I feel like this needs to be acknowledged because they helped me step up my game because all those little dumb Facebook ads when you clicking on stuff, they told me that I was not properly highlighted apparently. So now you can see my whole contour. You see that? You see that? I know you're jealous, Charlotte. I know you're gonna be ready. You're gonna be ready.
Danielle, I'm jealous.
Because they told me I had to get my light right. So Facebook Studios wasn't complete. I had to get a whole ambient ring light because Miss Oprah Winfrey told us that if we are not lit correctly, we will not glow from within. So I feel like I'm glowing, girl. Finally, I don't know.
There you go.
So that's just my little aside because you got to bring a little happy and joy in the midst of all the crisis, honey. In the midst of all the crisis. And we are still in the midst of all the crisis. And the problem with this crisis is it changes every single day. We have a different problem to solve every single day. So the one that I want to talk about this morning is the one that everybody blew up my inbox over the week. And I've gotten phone calls this morning. As a matter of fact, what is it? 3:30. I have been on the phone since 7:30 with individuals about their Pennsylvania unemployment claims.
Yes.
So I need y'all to understand some things. Hey, DKOD. Oh, wow. Okay. So Renee Reynolds Lawson says, congratulations from Ms. Women's Pennsylvania 2020. Renee Reynolds. Congratulations, Miss Reynolds. 20. Wait a minute. When did they have that? Okay. Well, because I missed all the beginning. Let us know how I can be here to help you. Well, we're going to tell you because there's a lot that we need people who are of service like yourself, Renee. And we've got some ideas for you, I'm sure. See, Kelly, that's right. I perfected the lighting. I want somebody to notice the lighting. Okay. I'm just very excited about that. And on top of that, because of the ring lighting, now y'all got a bigger close-up of me. And I know that's what you wanted. But anyway. Let's talk about Pennsylvania unemployment compensation. First, the website is down. So you catch it when you catch it and it's up. That's really the truth. And that's what it is. As of right now, they have 47,000 messages in queue. Because you can't get anybody on the phone, right? Okay. And we know 100,000 people in Pennsylvania have applied. Actually, that was the 3 week ago statistics. I don't even know what it is right now. But They've got 47,000 messages. They've answered 6,400.
Mm.
Mm. It's not their fault. I mean, come on. Nobody expects this. Folks are working from home, and all of y'all who are working from home, we are nowhere near as productive. We don't have our resources right there because it's not like the folks who might have worked for Liberty Mutual and always work from home and they had the systems ready. You know what I'm saying? Like when companies decide they're going to go remote, they've done a whole bunch of work to get to work remote. They don't just wake up on Monday and be like, okay, this afternoon we're going remote. And
Right.
that's what happened in COVID-19. Okay. That's what happened in 2020. It was like Friday, the governor told us, yeah, so Friday at 5, we done. That's exactly how it happened. Friday at 5, we done. And y'all need to figure this out for Monday because there will be no more businesses open. And folks rallied, okay?
Mm.
Businesses rallied to really get it done the best they could. And I am so proud of just people
Right.
because, we had to learn to stick and move. That's really all that is. It's a stick and move. We had to pivot and pivot hard and pivot fast. And as a result, everything isn't as smooth as we would like it to be. Okay. Let's just be frank. So we've got the Pennsylvania unemployment system that already was overburdened. And I don't know if anybody ever had to apply for unemployment before, but you could never get through in the best of times. And
Right.
now you really not getting through. So they're telling you go online, right? And they tell you to go online and they got this fabulous chat window, but it's just like anything else. The chat window is basically just the phone. So you just stay there until somebody picks up the chat window, which just doesn't happen. So then they say, well, leave us a message. And so now you know that they are a little over 10% into the number of messages that they have sitting. Okay. That's where they are.
Mm.
And when they count that 65,000 messages, they're talking about messages just from the straight UC benefits, the unemployment compensation, not what's going on with PUA, which is the pandemic unemployment applications. So as a result, when the independent contractors, the gig workers, the self-employed hit the system, not until not this past Friday, two Fridays ago, the system went live. Recall, it crashed that week. So it didn't even come back up until last Tuesday, and now it's overwhelmed.
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you how overwhelmed it is. I'm gonna just be honest, because I can share facts, because they don't identify anybody. Young lady came to me because she got her, they determined right online. And so any of you who are on unemployment, there's a dashboard, and the dashboard tells you everything. It's your claim in a snapshot. She makes $80,000 a year, and the automatic system said that she was eligible for $188 a week.
What?
Yeah. So $188 a week. So what I was able to ascertain and confirm for her from Pennsylvania was that yes, she does have to do an appeal. The problem is you have to wait for the actual letter to come from unemployment about your benefits. So not the stuff that's online. You can't appeal till you get a hard decision. So you can keep looking in your dashboard, but you have to look for um, uh, information directly from UC. So they have correspondence in the dashboard that you can upload. So, and I know, like, do you actually get bank statements early? Because I don't anymore, and I didn't realize the bank was sending you messages. Do you actually get statements?
Yes. I get
We
bank statements.
do.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's
you know, no, go ahead.
Oh, that's fabulous. Because I don't. I didn't know when I said I was getting online statements that I also agreed that I was getting online notifications of things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't know this. See, so you know more than me. But I'm
I,
telling you because if I ain't know, I figured somebody else ain't know. I ain't never look over there. It had a little box up there. I didn't know what that was about. I really didn't. I was like, what could the bank be saying to me? Other than try this credit card and don't you want a loan? No, it tells you when, because see, the other thing is we get 19 notifications about everything. So when whatever happened to my credit card and they tapped it and locked it down, I got a text message. I never looked and saw that they actually sent me a letter and told me what happened.
really. So,
No.
but companies now want you to go paperless. Simply that is one of the reasons for things like that happen. You can get the information right away.
Yes, gorgeous T Love. PA unemployment was always hard, and they always deny people and give you a hard way. Well, that's kind of fair. So y'all know, unemployment compensation is no different than Social Security disability. It's designed to frustrate you so that you give up.
Right.
So how we keep from paying claims is you stop applying for them. That's kind of the way the system works. Disability, Social Security disability, on average, you have to apply 4 times if you try to do it by yourself. If you do it with an attorney, typically they go through the first time, unless you're at a certain age. So if you are 62 years old and you're saying that you had a stroke, you are much likely to get your disability benefits to make it to 67, which is the retirement age for somebody that age. So to get full benefits. Otherwise, you'll just be applying and appealing and appealing and appealing and appealing.
Mm.
So what happens is, the problem is you can't get the letter until you actually get the correspondence from PUC. You can't do your appeal because technically there's no final determination. Okay. However, those folks who apply for unemployment compensation benefits, they're about 3 weeks backed up. And the first appeals have been coming down now. So there's that. So those folks, now please remember that UC benefits are different and separate and distinct from PUA, which is the Pennsylvania the pandemic unemployment benefits.
Right.
Okay. And so people don't understand that they're separate and unique. The dashboard is different, how you go about it is different, and everything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And the reason I'm mentioning it today is because those folks who actually applied for PUA, regardless of whether or not the amount that you've been quoted is correct, regardless of anything else, the first day that you need to go into your dashboard and file weekly benefits, because you have to file every week. People who are getting PUC only have to file, slow down, have to apply biweekly.
Okay.
Those folks who are getting PUA have to do it every single week. And their first reporting week is this week. So please, if you're on here, if you know somebody who has done PUA, any gig workers, Uber, Lyft workers, drivers, people who own their own business, solo practitioners, people who work from home, had travel businesses, all of those folks, you can apply, and today is the first reporting period. Okay. Now the questions are going to be different, but remember, if you worked, then you're not eligible. But the first thing they're going to do is push you back. But you still are eligible if you've had reduced work. And so I had to explain this one as well. So somebody said, well, no. I said, no, if you normally work 40 hours and you only work 10 hours, you just have to tell them I only work 10 hours. The same thing with folks who are receiving UC benefits. Okay. And I'm trying to explain it the best I can because these are the nuances of the questions that are being asked to me. And
Right.
that's very important. The other thing, make sure that you have your bank account on file. They are not sending notices. My understanding is it just shows up in your checking account, or you'll end up getting a paper check. Or no, they don't even get paper checks. I'm sorry. Or you have to wait for them to send you a Pennsylvania like benefits card. So kind of like an access card for your unemployment or PUA benefits. The rest of this, for all of you who are on PUA, so this was what I was really interested in. So she was told less than $200 a week, right? So less than $800 a month. But she was also advised that she's still eligible for $600 a week from the CARES Act. So that's the federal mandate, and they do not drop together. So if and I'm trying to give you all the timeline based on what I was able to pull up online for what the cycle looks like. So to this week is the first reporting week. So you used to report Monday for what happened Monday through Friday of last week. This week nothing happens. Next Monday you have to file again under PUA. Next Friday you should get your first benefits. The next Wednesday, you should get your first CARES Act $600 supplement. So, folks, if you're in the queue under PUA, the first time you will see money is next Friday. That's the first time because people are really, really very confused about this. was the employer and I appeal and it was denied with Temple. Yes, that is actually very common. I tell people also when you go to appeal, take an attorney because when you go to the referee, it's the same thing with the appeal. And there are certain things that are definitively just going to get denied. They just are. So if you can't show that you were not, like if they decide you were a no call, no show, and they have these documents and those things, then yes, you definitely need an attorney because then a lot of that stuff that employers try to bring in at those hearings, very frankly, is inadmissible evidence. But
Mm,
because nobody's there with an attorney, it's kind of like a free for all.
right.
I've actually gotten clients unemployment benefits just because the evidence that the employer wanted to get in could not be verified. Well, when did you send it? Well, are you sure that the other person received it? Did they sign off on it? They couldn't answer those questions, and therefore it was not deemed to be valid, and to deny somebody unemployment. So that's the first thing that I wanted to talk to you about, and we're going to come back because we need to make sure that folks are getting the money that they're entitled to. And even if it's not what you think it is, you have to stay diligent and in the system because it's the same thing. If you drop the ball, then you just can forget it. If they drop the ball, you still have rights. And that's where people forget.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah. Now, other thing going on in the city, this is all trash week. Okay. All trash week. That means your recyclables and your trash is going out. And somebody said to me, why are you even going to mention this? I said, because everybody's confused. So everybody's confused as to which week it is. But the other thing is, this is a public health issue.
Yes.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. And I don't know if y'all know this. The
Yeah.
first thing that's the first thing that happened to increase the issues with health in New York was that the rats started taking over.
Yep.
The same thing can happen in Philadelphia.
Raccoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's right. The raccoons. I don't know about y'all, but I got some in our backyard. Okay, not in mine particularly, but we done seen the raccoons, on the fence tops and things. And you think they super big cats? And why? Because these animals are hungry, and we're not out and about to stop them from owning the streets.
Right.
So I just want you to know that you need to um make sure that you are taking out your trash and your recyclables. And more importantly, please, and I know it's annoying because I know I kind of get tired of cleaning up after everybody else too. Your trash, it goes. Sometimes it all don't make it into the back of the trash truck. Now is not the time to let the trash blow down the street. Get it up from in front of your property, please. We got to do better together. I done picked up trash that's not mine. You're going to pick up some trash that's not yours. We just need to keep these streets really, really clean right now because I'm going to tell you, I don't want no rats in the basement. I'm really scared of that. I remember my neighbor had a raccoon that got in the house, honey, and that was a mess.
Oh my.
And had gotten in the back door and was living under the sink. I think they all moved out. And we was all down the street looking at them like, "Ooh, y'all got a raccoon in the house." Everybody was scared. It was like, and this city, Philadelphia, they make you go pay $50 for a trap and set it yourself. Did you know that?
Oh yeah. I went through this.
How
I
you did?
Yes, when I used to work for state government, that was the top biggest thing on my list was trash. So I stayed in contact with their subcontractor, Victor. Oh, I'm not coming out. We can't come out. We have to. We'll charge. They'll be charged $50 to set the trap themselves, and then we'll come and pick it once you trap it. I was like, what?
But I was gonna say, but don't forget, you got to pay for the trap. It's a deposit, a $50 deposit. And everybody I know broke right now, and I mean everybody, not everybody, everybody I know broke right now. So to be like, you need $50 for this trap, that raccoon might be living there for real. I'm just saying, like, it ain't bothering me. I ain't gonna bother it. I don't know.
Especially when they have a family.
Child, let's not wish that on anybody. Now, let's talk about the summit. Let's
Okay.
talk. What are the topics? I know I get you all excited and all
No,
because these are
I
the things that we want to talk about.
no,
So
I love the information that you bring because I love the way you make sure the people understand what's going on, especially with unemployment. It's been hectic, and a lot of people are trying to get into that online, and it every now and then when I used to deal with that, I was told that they do that purposely to shut it down because of the overload, so that they can pick back up. and get back on the other cases. So it's probably going to happen pretty often. But thank you for that. So the summit, I want to kind of go back because remember the last time I was with you, we talked about the trash situation,
Yes.
and I see a lot of people posting pictures of trash, and we were talking about it. We should consider those gloves and masks as bio waste. We
Yes.
should treat it that
Public
way.
health hazard is public. It's a matter of public health right now.
Yes, and it's hazardous. And same way we dispose of needles and everything else, we should be carefully disposing of those things too. So I just want to add that in there. But for this summit, so I'm so excited. The lineup is excellent. We tried to choose people who people usually don't hear from, or people who they see in the community all the time.
Okay.
So split the summit up into 3 days. Of course, which one of those days you will be on.
That's right. Tune in on Wednesday because it's gonna be popping. On Wednesday night, it's going down. Y'all know I go to bed at 8:30, right? She got me doing something from 7:20 to 7:55.
Yes. So you make sure you let all your people know the time frame that you are going to be there, and we want
What's the
y'all.
registration code? What is it? Register at where?
So you can go to, if you have an Eventbrite account, you could go to Eventbrite and just look up Philadelphia State of Emergency and we'll come up. That's as simple as I can put it. We can put a link, provide a link after this live. But if you have an
On time to
event,
spell. Event bright. See, y'all be like, y'all just don't know. I'm old. I can't see. Like, y'all should see me trying to highlight, all up in the mirror so close.
or you could go on Facebook and just type in the same thing, fill it up in the search box, Philadelphia State of Emergency. But that's just verbally. We'll make sure we provide you a link. And
And it'll be on my page. It'll be on Charlotte's page. We'll give
yes,
you links to it because this is the important thing. And this is what I really like about what you're doing, Charlotte. I mean, you're really asking for some answers, not just let's talk about it and we talked about it. Because I know, again, and I've been talking about this as a community person who's been working in the community, you get so tired of talking about it. You want to see some stuff happen.
yes,
So I'm hoping that as a result of this, the next step is that, we put a proposal together and then get our elected officials involved. This
and
is what we did and this is what we see.
I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I didn't want it to just look like me. Looking like me is not the community. Like I
Mhm.
pulled myself out of it, and I want to thank the team: Zahira Ahmad, Terrell Carney, Tamika Johnson, and Ricky Duncan, who were the first people to step up and say, "Charlotte, how can we help?" And we formed a committee, and they worked so hard to make sure I was on point. And I heard their voices as to what needs to happen, and with no listen, without hesitation. Yes, this is what we're gonna do because I trust them to know exactly what's happening because they're community leaders. They
That's
brought it up.
fabulous. And a couple of them are on here right now. Hey,
Yes,
Zahira, that's right. And Zahira keeps it popping. She keeps the community informed about everything at all times.
yes,
So definitely they're really working this thing out. And also the other thing is I'm just, I stalk your page is that all the folks that she's mentioned, like I see them what they're actively doing. So sometimes it's information because information is key. Sometimes it's hands-on activism because we all just need a hand right now. We do. And then
yes,
sometimes it's resources.
yes,
So one of the things that I'm really good at is connecting.
right,
I actually was named like Philly's best connector, like for 3 years or something or another. They have a connecting leadership council. Because what I like to do is, I have this conversation with Charlotte, and then later on, I have a conversation with Renee Reynolds Lawson and realize they're kind of talking about the same thing and go, you guys need to chat. That's who needs to meet because again, we gotta remember there's a whole pie out there, not just a sliver. And the best way to get the whole pie is to have the resources to tackle the needs of the whole pie. I
right.
can't eat it by myself, and Charlotte can't eat it by herself. But I bet you we can get 12 people together that can tear that thing down.
There you go. So yeah, that's a little bit about how it came about, and of course, most of you have probably seen P Diddy's state of emergency that he did with celebrities, and I want to take it more like community, like down to earth. Not to say they're not down to earth, but to the door, to your front door. These are the
People
people.
you can touch.
Yeah, people you can touch. And of course, they raised $4 million. And I will put it out there because information has been floating. We are doing fundraisers and we are hoping to raise $250,000 in the next 3 months so that we can give money towards the essential workers, the vulnerable population, the youth homelessness, the seniors, repairs. So there are things being set up. So this is not only a 3-day summit, it's going to continue for the next 3 months because we have to take those solutions that we are going to be getting from these panelists and from the community, and we're putting them into task force. So there's like 4 task force. One deals with property, one deals with finance, one deals with seniors and families and youth, and then the so forth and so forth. So we're this is a continued effort. And I will tell you, Danielle, good news. The last time I talked to you, I reached out to some of the elected officials and asked them to participate by
Oh,
and taking notes and being involved and hands-on and supporting the community. And I said this works well with you as for you too, because now you don't have to guess what the community is thinking. You can sit there and hear them and take these notes for yourself. And I also let them know we have prepared financial support literature for them to be able to reach out to their resources to help with this same cause. Now, I
you
will
know what? And I'm glad to hear this part right here because, and not just for the, I'm going to come back to the elected officials, but let's talk about fundraising for a minute. And this is not just as somebody who's running for office, but this is what I wanted, one of those things that I see all the time. In our community, we're always mad because we don't get what we want, right? It's
right.
always what we didn't get, what we didn't, and we made noise, we made noise, we made noise. We're really good at the noise part, but we are not good at putting our money where our mouth is.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
unfortunately, it is like black people all the time, they're like, well, the LGBTQIA, they were able to raise their awareness. And you know what? They banded together and they put their money where their mouth was.
Yep.
Period. That's what they did. They got a unified issue that they got behind and they put their money there. When you talk about the mom movement, gun safety, those moms got together and their fundraising effort was around their issue. When you talk about the school reform folks, so I spent the weekend Netflixing because it was raining all day on Sunday, and so I came across Miss Virginia, and of course I'm always very interested in anything that's based on any legal battle. And that was about the Washington, D.C. Scholarship Fund. This was the beginning of kind of school choice in D.C., and it goes back to 2003. And I was very, very interested in that movement at the time because it was interesting because our party split. Now, I don't know if you know this. The Democrats and the Republicans are totally split on this issue still to this day. Because so the Democrats have been trying to push that school choice is just a way to diminish public schools. And the Republicans push school choice as a way to give accessible schooling, that everybody has this right to, invaluable education. The truth is probably honestly somewhere in the middle. Probably. Because isn't that the answer to everything? As I've told you all, the answer to everything is compromise. Nobody's 100% right on any issue, which is actually why I like the fact that you're telling the elected officials to come out to talk about what the constituents want. Because all the time we're kind of like there, and I say this all the time, like, please talk to me. I don't know the answer to everything. I can assess it, I can read about it, but until I get until I get to the folks who got their boots on the ground, you don't know what it is. Just like what do we see stops the young boys with the guns in their hand? The old gangsters that used to have the guns in their hand that are back in the community working. And that is the absolute truth. I got to give the Mill Creek their props. They saw what happened, on Lex Street, and they vowed that it was never going to happen in their community again. And, they've been out patrolling even through this. They have been out, they've been giving out food, those things that would mean that there would be violence in the homes. As we know, domestic abuse has raised at a rate of 40% in our city during the 60-day, what is it? 42 days, 6 weeks. This is day 42. It depends on where you count from. We on day 42 of actual quarantine. So as a result, I was just watching it and it was talking about how hard it was because the people didn't have any money. But you know what? We do have money. We do. And we're really good. And I say this all the time. Our people are resilient. When when the other rest of the economy was falling down, we banded together. Oh, somebody rent due. Let's have a rent party. Oh, okay. Well, somebody kid got to go to school. We're gonna have dollar night. Let's sell these platters. We get it together when we need to. So now we got to get together and do some fundraising so that we can support candidates and issues. More importantly, issues that we're concerned about. Because you know what? If you've got the money to back your issue, you can get candidates who are willing to stand up for you. Unfortunately. Now, don't you go out here again, Charlotte. I can't hear you again. Here we go again. I don't know. I think it's something about me and Charlotte. Now we're going to have to do the phone thing again.
Okay.
There you go. Now I can hear you. I don't know what it is about you. We're going to have to get you a better system. Hold on. Wait a minute. Now I got to get a microphone all out my shirt. Wait a minute. Y'all don't see me. Y'all don't see me. Wait a minute. I can hear you. Now I got to ask Zahira, can you hear her? She's always there. Zahira, can you hear her? Where's the speaker? I don't know how the phone works. That's down there. Okay. Let's see. Yes, we're having technical, and it's always you with the technical difficulties. Vaguely. Okay, let me see. She can vaguely hear you. I'm fully up. Talk again there, Charlotte. No, I don't know. Here, try it again. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can speak up a little louder.
Is that better? I think it's better because I can hear it better.
Okay. So, yes. Can you hear me now? Mic check 1, 2, 3. Okay.
You're gonna have to go on the back porch or something next time underneath the tree. Let's see.
Do you want me to come back out? Want me to go out and come back in?
Okay. No, she says Zahira says it's better. So I think we're just gonna go with it. So you were actually, because you were talking at that point, and I was just saying that, how to get the candidates involved is really, and one of the things that happened with Miss Virginia in the movie was that once the folks really banded together and when she said it's going in and out, come out and come back in. Come back in, Charlotte, and I'll try it again. So one of the things that happened was once they were able to really get the community there and were able to raise a couple of dollars so that it wasn't just their time, it was also their dime. They were invested in it. They were actually able to push the envelope. And it's really, really sad that, we need money to push the envelope. But I'm not saying it's got to be a lot of money. Sometimes maybe we need to have a fish fry for our issue. I see that the other thing that we're doing right now, and I think it's brilliant, is the cash apps for the small businesses. Post your small business and how many of my friends would give me $2. That's good stuff. That's brilliant. I mean, it really is. But at the same time, we need unified effort. How are we going to do this? And it's really, really hard. So while Charlotte is trying to get back into the studio, I also wanted to talk to you about NOMO. New options, more opportunities. NOMO, new options, more opportunities. Last Friday, they pledged and paid for Wi-Fi for our school children. Now, they said Comcast was going to do that. They were going to open up the hotspots and those kind of things. But then we got some ridiculous decision that they should go sit in parking lots and things, be socially distant, and that's how they were going to learn. Okay, they gave them the Chromebooks, and they had no way to use it. So what did we do? NOMO, they put their money where their mouth is. This is what I'm talking about. They banded together and they raised the money whether it was from themselves, from the community, they raised the money to pay for that Wi-Fi so those kids could get their Wi-Fi access. Yes, Zahira, I know Dewan Packy Williams has spoken with him numerous times about his efforts and all the things that he's got going with unifying kids with their incarcerated parents. And I thought that was really, really brilliant. Yes, PA Fact Program. See, Shelly? Shelly was the one that introduced me to Dewan Packy Williams. You see how the life is so small, it goes round and round. The folks who know. Ricky Duncan, thank you so much. We do. We appreciate you. Charlotte is here. Let's see if we can hear her. Can I hear you? No, can't hear her. I don't know what happens. Nope, can't hear you. Can't hear you.
I'm right here.
Okay, well there you go. So I've got you on the speaker, and I've got your phone here. So we're going to go that way, and I think you should be much louder this time. Now your phone's freezing. Now it's what? Okay, so can you hear me pretty good? I can. Shelly, Zahira, can you guys hear Charlotte? Yes, I mean that's fabulous stuff. And the PA Facts program, Shelly, I appreciate so much when you introduce me to resources in the community. I love to be able to shout them out and to really thank them for the work that they do so many times under the radar and folks don't know. Yeah, that's true. And he's actually one of the people who's helping us with this summit. So I'm excited to hear some of the things he has to say. They said it's still sketchy. And the last time I was really able to get you in this way. I guess it's not going to work out today. Let me see. Because, now, again, the produced, directed, and, oh, well, wait a minute. Shelly, is it still sketchy or no? Zahira says it's sketchy. So what is which one? Duncan? Yeah, okay, it's getting better. Okay, we're gonna go on. So Charlotte, you said which one? Duncan or Packy Williams are going to be working on the summit? Yeah, Ricky Duncan. So he was actually helping us with the committee and he's also on the panel. Oh, okay, so what night is he and what's he gonna be doing? I believe he's on day one. I have to really look at my flyers. Okay. Can you pull out the flyers and tell us, or at least pull out your agenda and tell us what the different interests are? Okay, so I can actually see the. Okay, so he's on. Yep, he's on day one, and day one of people like Lamar Williams. He's running for state rep. And hold that, because now right there where you are, I can hear you. Okay, in the 198, Felicia Roche, Wanda Walker, Balak Jamal Johnson, Andrew Lawful Sanders, Vincent Walker, and Jasmine Sessions, and Reverend Jeanette Davis. And of course, yours truly. Okay, and what's the subject matter of night one? So that's day two. Day one. That's day one. We had Brandon J. Floyd from the Pennsylvania That's the one I'm most excited about. I really am excited to hear what information he's going to bring us about pardons. So for many of you who don't know, and this is really a problem, this is actually one of those things I actually had scheduled as a part of my campaign, but of course, now we're trying to figure out how we can do it socially distant, but was a pardon party. So many times, and I know y'all have seen 9,000 expungement clinics. There's always this expungement clinic, that expungement clinic. But I have to tell people over and over again, expungement clinics don't do anything. That, very much they don't. They're just taking off old arrests, things you have not been convicted of. Anything you've actually been convicted of that is more than just a summary offense, they can't get off your record. So, but a pardon is just like in the record never happened. So a pardon, you can go and kill somebody. and it's just like it never happened. You can be a RICO convicted drug dealer, sir, and serve 25 years. You get a pardon, it's just like it never happened, which is why it's huge that Trump ran around pardoning his friends. And the reason that that's so huge is because some of the just like it never happened means that you're eligible for federal aid, federal housing, you're eligible for all of those things again. You're eligible to get contracts. You're eligible to go back to work. You're eligible just like it never happened. Yes, absolutely. You are an entirely complete person as it refers to society. And that is problematic because there are some things that in our society are looked down upon more than others. Okay. And that's the reason that you can't do certain things. So one of those is what we call crimes of dishonesty. Crimes of dishonesty are fraud, embezzlement, theft, bad bookkeeping. And the reason for that is we don't want the people who mess with people's money, because don't forget, we talk about the Constitution a lot and people go, oh yeah, well, you messing with my life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. People don't know that pursuit of happiness, according to the Constitution, is my right to make money. That's what the pursuit is. Not about being happy in your life and doing what you want. It's about the government interfering with your right to make money. So, in order to, if you have a crime of dishonesty, that means, theft by deception, credit card fraud, check fraud, all those things. We don't want you being in charge of or having access to my right to make money. So you can't go to jail and then come out and apply for a federal grant to start your business. You can't go to jail and then come out and, want the city to give you funds to start a program. And the reason for that, and it's only for those things. You can go out and kill somebody and it's still not the same, the same stigma attached to it. Because, with a murder or drugs, you could say, well, I was desperate or whatever. With whatever, it was a crime of passion. If it was, an assault or whatever. When it's check fraud, when it's bad checks, when it's credit card theft, when it's all of those things, then that means that you may do it again given the opportunity. And we don't want to have to watch you with everybody's money, because we can't let you violate everybody else's constitutional rights. So the fact that Trump is out here pardoning his friends who have what have they been convicted of? Perjury, embezzlement, bad checks. That's what they've been convicted of. They've been writing checks to other people and having them cashed by another person. They're doing all those things. And they're saying, no, you can go right back to the board of General Motors. No, you can go back to the board of 3M and make $5 million because you've been pardoned. That's problematic.
What does it look like for them living in society? So I think that's one of the things that people want to hear about.
And I think we're going to talk about that too. So the aftermath. We're talking about the aftermath of what happens after COVID-19. And this is the thing, okay, right? Everybody makes these memes and they say, oh, it's going to be, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22. And they go, what happened? You forgot one. And you're like, no, we don't talk about that when, the year of 20. No, we're going to talk about that one forever. This is just like the Great Depression. This is just like World War II. This is just like Vietnam. It's going to define our country. It's going to define our country. And it's really defining how we're being seen as a power in internationally. Joey Williams, what's discrimination, darling? What's discrimination, Joey?
Say again?
No, Joey has a thing. He says it's discrimination. What's discrimination? Hold on.
Okay.
Here you go. I just put it up. He said that's discrimination. I just wanted to know what he said, what he's talking about. That's discrimination. What's discrimination? So believe me, we're going to going to be talking, you know, the way that we handle things are going to be forever changed. Now, how long is each night? Because it's 3 nights, and I know when you first told me it was 3 days, I was just like, okay. Now again, y'all know I go to bed early, and you know.
Well, once you understood that all the panels will be broken up into 3 groups, panel 1, panel 2, and panel 3 for each day. And each day will consist of, it'll be like 40 minutes. 40 minutes for each panel. And the moderator will transition to the next group of people.
And what are the three? Each night there was a different topic, so there was a different theme.
So yeah, I'll make sure I provide the flyers so people can see who's going to be on, because there's a lot of people to name. So thank you for allowing me to name some of them. But the first day 1, is identifying the challenges that we will have. We're having during this crisis, after, and the solutions will hold on until the last day. The second day are the solutions and recommendations. The third day is implementing them.
Oh, we're gonna do implementation? Nobody ever does implementation. We just talk about it.
Yeah, so I like to talk about that day specifically because what people don't understand, there are people who's already doing work.
Yep.
So what we want to do, we want to filter what we learned from the summit into those task forces. So if you don't mind, I'd like to list those 4 task forces that we're going to filter. That process is going to take 2 or 3 months for this to happen. The first one is called the Community Economic Task Force. It's going to be led by a grassroots organization. Then we have the Land, Property, and Development Task Force, going to be led by North Central CDC, North Central Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
That's Tina Marie Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And there are going to be other groups who's going to partner with her. The other task force, Community Health and Wellness. And then the other one is Youth and Seniors Advocacy. And the last but not least, the Education and History Task Force.
Well, that's fabulous. So we're going to wrap this up because we are having technical difficulties. We're going to make sure that we put everything on the page. Couple things I just wanted to remind everybody about is I'm still looking for seniors. I'm talking about anybody moving up, anybody graduating from anything. Where are they? One of my colleagues, Miss Kelly Wyatt, actually put together a group to adopt a senior. I'm going to see if I can get her on to talk about that. But we want to acknowledge them. You know, again, they've had a whole year stolen from them. Y'all promised me some names and I didn't get them. We're trying to put them together. You know, we're trying to get them together. The other thing is, hey, start checking out the YouTube channel. Yeah, I know, right? I got a YouTube channel. I didn't know I had a YouTube channel. So it's DSP in the 190th on YouTube. And the reason that's important is what I've been finding is there are a lot of people who aren't on Facebook and they don't know how to share it. Thank you, Zahira. Yes, I want the names. And DSP in the 190th is a way for you to be able to share it at your leisure with folks who are near and dear to you. There's always tad-bits of information. The other thing that we are doing is breaking the videos down into subject matter because, yay, y'all ready for this? We are relaunching our entirely virtual website. So, I mean, right now we just have a website. We're going to take you on a virtual tour of the 190th, and we are relaunching on Wednesday. And why are we relaunching on Wednesday? Because that makes 10 weeks that I have been on the campaign trail. 10 weeks on Wednesday. On the longest, thank you, the longest, this is like a presidential primary campaign, okay? Once everybody said to me, well, you know, it's only 3 months. Anybody can do anything for 3 months. So as we're on in week 10 and we still got 6 to go. So well, you know, you gotta keep pushing because the goal here is to get the community what they need. And then the other thing, along with the lines of community what they need, and I'm going to try and get Dr. Angela Clack to come back on. Parents at home are having a hard time with all of this. They're having a hard time being able to tell their parent, their kids, what does this mean to them? They're having a hard time being able to figure out what the new normal in the household. They're having a hard time trying to just, kind of keep their head above water, mentally hold it together for entire families. The women in the family and the men in the family are having these problems. I talked to some men and they told me my job is to be the breadwinner and I'm not winning bread. So it doesn't matter that I'm doing all these things around the house. They don't feel like the men that they are. They don't understand how to do this. So there is help for you. For parents who are out there, you can contact the Pennsylvania Department of Health has put a hotline together for parents. Yes, I was like, okay, the parents hotline is 855-284-2794. That's the parents hotline. Okay, 855-284-2794. And this is not the time, again, I tell you all the time, this is not the time, for pride. This is the time to be open and honest about what we need. You can't talk to somebody else. I tell you all the time, you can talk to me. Give me a call, 267-291-4702, 267-291-4702. As I told you, we are relaunching the website. We are very excited about the new things that we have to bring to you. I think you're going to find it very interactive and informative. And the hardcore campaigning starts Wednesday. So we're going to talk about the issues, not just meeting the community. I'm going to tell you where I stand. People have asked me all kinds of questions. I'm talking to them one-on-one. I'm still making my community phone calls, still making my community rounds. I'm still out on the streets. But you're going to want to know where I stand on economic justice, social justice, education, reform, housing, employment. We're going to know where Ms. Patterson stands, not just how I can help you, how I can help you help yourself. So I am Danyl Patterson, candidate for state rep here in the 190th. Joining me again, thank you so much, Charlotte Greer-Brown. I'm so excited that you included me on your panel. I'll be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on Wednesday, having read the entire agenda and prepared fully with research. And I'm going to learn how to put up a screen and share a screen. I'm going to be oppressive on the call. I'm just lying. I'm not. Mostly, I'm put on my new jacket. That's mostly what I'm gonna do, and see what my highlights look like that day. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. But anyway, I'm gonna be there, just being me. Thank you so much for the opportunity over there at the Elite 30 Association. Excited to be a part of it. Excited to have you. And we're gonna work on what's going on over there, because you can't be on your Zoom going in and out tomorrow with just we. I don't know. It's just her. It's just her. But anyway, so there you go. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much. This is Danyl Patterson, candidate for the 190th, and my highlights. Wishing you a happy Monday and reminding you that we can do better together.